What, Tema 30,
Pardon?
Tema 38?
Similar to that. It's the 26th of February, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora. They're expanding the building. They're building on top of the roof, and they have to put up pillars to support the new weight.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to mute and just listen.
Okay. Oh, so you won't be able to read then, you don't think?
I can try. Can you hear the background noise now?
No,
No.
not at all.
All right. So then I won't mute. But tell me if it starts bothering you.
Okay. Let's see here. Tesvav, Shneim Ochzin.
Tes Vav Amid Aleph.
Amid Aleph.
Near the bottom.
We're near the bottom.
I see Gufa. I see Amar Rav Nachman.
I think that we basically, yeah. Yeah, Rav Nachman said we have a support to Shmuel from the Brisa, and but Rav Huna said there's no support from the Brisa. The Brisa is talking about a different case. The issue was Shmuel holds that a Baal Chov, he could be Gove, he could collect his the what's owed him from the karka and also from the shevach that was made by the lokeach on the karka. And we had a proof from that from the brisa. If you say the brisa is talking about a case of a Baal Chov. But Rav Huna said, no, the case is not that at all. It's not talking about that. It's talking about Belokeach Migazlan. It's talking about a purchaser who bought from a Gazlan. So there's no Baal Chov over there at all. The one that's coming to take the property is the true owner of the property. He's not a Baal Chov of the of the of the of the mocher. Okay, so now I think we got up to Tanya Idach.
Tanya Idach. It was taught in another brisa. Hamocher sadeh lachavreru. If one sells a field to his friend, the hish bicha, and the friend improves it. Uba bal chov utarafa, and the creditor of the seller comes and seizes it. Ishehu gova, when the purchaser collects compensation from the seller, im hashvach yosar al hayitziah. If the value of the improvement exceeds the expenses, notel es hashevach mibal hakarka. He collects the improvements from the owner of the land. Let's see, who is he? He is the
Lokeach.
right. So the lokeach collects from the mocher for the value of the improvements. When the creditor of the mocher takes the land away from the lokeach.
Right.
Metzia mibal chov. And the expenses from the creditor. Oh, so he improved the property. He spent 10,000 to improve the property, and he proved it by a value of 15,000. So he gets 10,000 from the person who sold it to him, and he gets 5,000 from the creditor that claimed it. Ve'im hayetzia v'teira al hashvach. If the expenses exceed the value of the improvements, ein lo ela hotzaa shiur havach shevach shiur shevach mibal chov. The purchaser collects compensation from the creditor only for the expenses up to the value of the improvements. So he spends 10,000, but he only increases the value by 5,000. So he collects 5,000 from the creditor. Yeah, I think that's the end of this section.
In other words, really, he's collecting for the hotzah, for the expenditures. He's not going to collect for all the expenditures that he did because they didn't result in any improvement of the property. Improvement in the meaning improvement in the value of the property.
Right.
Here, I think it's very clear that the Shevach over here is talking about the appreciation of the property. How much is the property worth more now as a result of those improvements that were made? And the Hotzah is what was the out-of-pocket outlay, the expense that he made, the purchaser, in order to make that improve the property, in order to improve the value of the property. It should go up. So in this case, if he let's say he did 10,000 of hotzah, but there was only 5 of shevach. So ein lo ella hotzah kashir shevach mibal chov. So he's only able to get 5 of the 10 that he laid out, because that represents the full amount that the property appreciated. And who's he get it from? He gets it from the Baal Chov. He doesn't get anything from the one that sold him. That's understandable because the Baal Chov is the one who's getting the he's getting the extra, the value.
Right.
You mean that 5,000 that he's going to have to pay is because he only was a Baal Chov for 100, and the property is now worth 105.
Well, the Baal Chov got the 105.
So now he's paying 5 to the Lokeach, because Lokeach improve the property by 5.
Right, and now the Baal Chov has been paid back the amount that he was owed.
He's been paid back the amount he's owed, and the purchaser has been um, he's been reimbursed for the purchase that he made, that he gets from his seller,
Right,
and for the shevach that he made, he's going to get that from the Baal Chov.
but only the part of it.
Yeah. Um, I mean, in any case, whether it's more, whether it's less, he basically is just getting the shevach. That's what he's getting. If the shevach is more than the outlay, so he gets that he gets that
He gets more.
he's got a he meaning the lokeach is going to get reimbursed fully for the shevach.
Right,
And when the outlay was more than the shevach, uh, he also gets the shevach. That's he doesn't get the outlay because it wasn't what didn't reflect the outlay wasn't reflected in the appreciation of the property. So it sounds like either way he's just getting the shevach back from the Baal Chov.
right.
Okay. Do we have a Rashi for Phil?
Let's see somewhere. Let's see where we were up to. There is a Kashuhu Gova.
Okay.
See, there's Kashuhu Gova that he'll collect. Kasholor Choser, the purchaser goes back for Gova and he collects it from the Mocher, money back from the Mocher. Where he's collecting it. They're talking about who's collecting from who. It's the purchaser getting it back from the seller. And I don't think this B'milia Achrinim. Do we do this B'milia Achrinim? We may have done this before. It sounds somewhat the same, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Okay. Right.
It does sound like something we did, but there is a let's say that's from before, and then it's saying the Lokea gets it from the Gazlan, which we did, but then it's Al Yitzia. Here's the expenses. That may be part of this one. Al Yitzia on the expense on the expenses. Jehotzia Lokea b'sheva, that the expenses of the purchaser with the improvements. And there is a no-tail also, if that's part of it also. What is I saw the word no-tail somewhere here. He collects it. Okay, the purchaser. Im et hashevach mebal karka. If he gets it, he collects purchaser collects the improvements from the owner of the land. Ma she'odef al yitzif, whatever is over the amount of the expenses of Yitzia, the Amalei, he can says to me, Harate et chov, I already paid your chov. And then there's an Einlo, and the Einlo is Ela Hotza'ad. He only gets the expenses, a Lokea from the purchaser. Elamin Yitzia, only from the expenses, Shahote, that he expended in it. Hareya al lo, he pays on it the shear of the sheva, the amount of the sheva, balachov of the creditor, Hayinu Nigzal, who is the victim in this. No, wait a second. That I skipped a line. Sorry about that. He collects the shear of the sheva, the hashar, the remain mafsid, he loses. So it's a question: which one's more, the expenses or the okay? If the expenses are more than his improvements, he only collects the improvements, and the expenses are more. That's like too bad. He loses the extra that he spent on it.
Yeah. Ein lo lokeach ela mina yitzia shehotzi bo porea shehotzi bo porea lo shir shevach. Okay. Yeah, only the amount that the property appreciated as a result of his um, outlay, expenses, that's what he'll get. The Sharia mafsi. But any additional expenses that he made that are not reflected in the appreciated value of the property, he can't get reimbursed for that. So that Rashi says Hasher mafsid. He loses that, so to speak. I mean, if he would try to sell the property himself, he'd also would lose that. Nobody's going to pay. They don't pay according to the improvements that you made. They pay the buyer always pays according to how much more the property is worth. He doesn't care how much you put into it. So, okay. Okay. So that's that. Okay, so looks like that's the brisa. Now, Gemora's got something to say about this brisa. Vaha.
Vaha Shmuel b'mai mokim la. And to what case can Shmuel explain the brisa as referring? I belokeach mi gazlan, if it refers to one who purchases stolen land from a robber, kasha resha, the first case is difficult. Damar Shmuel lokeach mi gazlan leis le shvacha, because Shmuel said one who purchases land from a robber does not receive compensation from the seller for his improvements.
Right.
So the case here is that the land is repossessed not by the Balchov, but by the correct owner, the true owner. And the question is, what about the improvements that the purchaser made to the property? And the answer is that he can't go back to the robber and get it, according to Shmuel.
Yeah. We see that the brisa says that he could. That's the resha that the Gemora is referring to. If we say that this brisa is talking about lokeach mi gazlan, that you got a purchaser who purchased property from a gazlan, so then kasha resha. So then the resha, this brisa, is difficult for Shmuel to explain, because Shmuel says there should be no compensation for the shevach, and the brisa clearly provides compensation of shevach. So that's the first part of the Gemara's kasha over here.
E b'bal chov, if the brisa refers to land seized by a creditor, kasha, resha, v'seifa, then both the first and the last cases are difficult. Da'amar Shmuel bal chov gove es hashvach.
Oh,
For Shmuel says the creditor collects the improvements. So the Brisa says, what does the Brisa say? Brisa says if one sells a field to his fellow and the purchaser improves it, and the seller's creditor seizes it, when the purchaser collects the value of the improvement, when the purchaser collects, he collects the shevach from the Baal Chov. But Shmuel says he doesn't.
yeah, conservation of sefer. The Amar Shmuel Baal Chov Gova es a shevach. What's it mean that Shmuel says Baal Chov Gova es a shevach? I think what it means is that he just takes the property, and even if there is a shevach over there, the property appreciated, it belongs to the Baal Chov.
But that is what the Brisa said. Oh no, the Brisa says that he has to give it back.
Well, he's paying for it. That's not called he's gova. Gova means he collects it and he doesn't pay for it.
Right. According to Shmuel, the creditor ends up getting more than he loaned.
Well, if we say that we're talking about a case where he's collecting more than what he was owed.
Right. Because the shevach is above the purchase price, and the purchase price is wait a second. No, we don't know what he's owed.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't really know. But this that it speaks without qualification. It just says that Shmuel says the Baal Chov is Gova, the Shevach, period. Without qualification, it sounds like he's whether it's more, whether it's less than what he's owed. I'm not sure. Let's see what Rashi says over here. We got
Which Rashi is starting at now?
we got the last three Rashis on the page.
The lokech from Migazlan, if the purchaser got it from the thief.
Yeah.
Is it that the Baal Chov, the creditor, Hayinu the Nigzal, is the one who is the victim in this?
Oh, Rashi's just saying that the lashon of the brisa is it says a Baal Chov, right?
Mhm.
The Lashon the Brisa is we're talking about a Baal Karka and a Baal Chov. Those are the ones that are getting hit with the obligation to pay for the Shevach. So if you say we're talking about a Goslin, the language of Baal Chov is a little bit difficult. He's not really a Baal Chov. He's the true owner of the property. Property always belonged to him. So that's what Rashi's bothered by a little bit. And he says, look, according to this, and the Gemora is saying, if you say we're talking about that the purchaser purchased the property from a Goslin, so then what do we have to explain the language of the Brisa? Bahai Baal Chov, this is what it says in the Brisa about a Baal Chov, a creditor. That's referring, Hainu Nigzal, that's referring to the one who the property was stolen from. Would you call the one that the property is stolen from a creditor? I wouldn't call him a creditor. So Rashi says, right, but that we see that's what the Gemora means over here. That's the only way that we could explain how it is the Gemora has a Havamina to say that we're talking about a case of a Lokeach from a Goslin. That the Nigzal, he's called the Baal Chov. Okay, fine. Next Rashi.
Next Rashi is, we did that one, is Kata on the ratio. It's a question on the ratio. The Katani, because we were taught no tell at the Shevach, Mibal Karka, that he could take the improvements from the owner of the land.
Yeah, that's what's kasha, according to for Shmuel, to explain how it is the Brisa says that the purchaser takes from the Balakarka, meaning from the one that sold it to him, he takes from him the loss that he suffered of the he made improvements and the property appreciated, and when the true owner took it away from him, he took everything away. And so now the only recourse that this purchaser has is to get the loss of the appreciated value that he put into the property after he bought it from the Goslin. Oh, but according to Shmuel, you can't do that because it looks like ribbis. But this Brisa says that he does get it. The purchaser does get it. So if you say that this Brisa is talking about somebody that bought from a Goslin, so it's a knockout to Shmuel from the Reisha. Yeah. Next Rashi, Kasha Reisha V'Seifa.
Okay, it's a Kasha Reisha on the Seifa now. Okay, where am I up to? Kasha Reisha on the Seifa. The Katani you taught the Baal Achol, the creditor, notain at the Yitzia, that he gives the expenses. He takes the expenses. Shmuel, and according to Shmuel, the Baal Achol, the creditor, Gova, he collects a sheda. He collects the improvements in Shmuel, though. The Einu notain, klum, he doesn't have to give anything.
Oh, there you go. Rashi makes it very clear. What does Shmuel mean when he says the Baal Chov is Gova Shebach? He just comes in and takes it. What about reimbursing the guy? No, ain't no sen klum. He doesn't give anything. So Rashi doesn't qualify that that's only in the case where he's getting the amount that that he's a creditor for. He doesn't mention that. I don't know. So why Rashi just said one thing, and with that one thing that he said, that takes care of the why it is that it's kasha on Shmuel both from the Resha and from the Seifa. Whether you say you're talking about the true owner that's coming along and taking his property, right? So he's the one who's coming to collect. So he doesn't have to pay anything for the shevach. But in the Resha it says that he what's it say in the Resha? If the shevach is more than the yitzia, then the purchaser, the lokeach, he's notel es shevach mi bal hakarka. He gets the shevach from the bal hakarka. That's the one that sold him the land. Oh, so he's not allowed to take that shevach according to Shmuel. That's the ribis. Okay, so that's clear. But what about the second case? In the second case, if you say that, we're talking about Lokech from a Goslin. Okay, so if you say that he made improvements of, he laid out 10,000, but the improved value of the property was only 5. So now it's only worth, let's say, 105. So now the true owner comes along and takes the property away. So now what's the recourse that the lokeach has? He's gotten the property taken away from him, and also the appreciated property that he invested to increase. It's now all been taken away by the true owner. What's his recourse? Ein loy ella hotza shir shevach mibal chov. He's going to only get the 5,000, and he's going to get that from the Baal Chov. Oh, who's the Baal Chov over here? Rashi just got through telling us that the Baal Chov is the Nigzal, the one that the property was stolen from the true owner. So this is not like Shmuel, because Shmuel says when that guy comes and collects, he's gova and ain't no sin klum. He doesn't give anything. Here we see in the Sefer that he has to give. He has to give to the purchaser and reimburse him for the shevach. So therefore, we see that if you say that the case is the lokeach from a Goslin, both the Resha and the Sefer are difficult they represent a kasha to Shmuel. Okay. That's where we got up to. Tomorrow, we're going to hear the answer, Bez Hashem. Iboy Sema.
Amen.
Okay. Got it. Take care. Be well. Have a good day.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Amen. All the best, everybody.
Take care. Thanks.
Have a great day, Phil.